Mental health professions, I know that it is to acknowledge that your presence and as well as the contribution for the entire, mental health webinar series. And I also, place a record that all the resource person have done it the justice to the topic they have taken up, and they did a remarkable presentations in all the webinar series. And I also make a point that there are a lot of changes people have gone through, and it is a psychological intervention for a quite long period we have provided for some people. And I think it has really made a meaningful change in someone that they used to text us personally, they used to contact us personally, they used to ask for referral, they used to ask for help. That is a major thing. We tell them in various way it is how physical health is alarming, the same way mental health is also alarming. You can ask for help as you visit doctors for your physical health, you can visit mental health professionals. That was really been materialized. I could see that a lot of people came forward for the help and they also contacted us. So this I would like to really record it here. Thank you so much. We owe a lot for all of you for your wonderful support and lovely presence over the period of time. It is not just a joke to share our precious evening with all of us every day. It is a really a taxing thing, and we as a core team members also could feel that sometimes we were not able to meet out because of some of our personal commitments. But or the core team member made a point to just to hang on, lean on the other person, take up the charge, and they just like that they do it as an automatic mode. I place a record a big thanks to this 2020, because a huge pool of resources, huge pool of connections, huge pool of the uh, exchange of knowledge has taken place, learning has taken place through this webinar. Thank you. With this note, over to you, Chandra.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice words. I also thank on behalf of our team and everyone for this year, for bringing us together for a meaningful purpose. So with this note, good evening, everybody. I welcome all of you on behalf of the core team and also the organizer, the American College Madurai, of the Mental Health Webinar Series and the associating partners, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai, International Center for Clinical Psychology and Psychotherapy, Germany, MS Chellamuthu Institute of Mental Health and Rehabilitation, Madurai, Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, and Psycho-Oncological Association, Turkey. We welcome you all to the 315th session of our series on dementia's intervention strategies. Today we have our dear Dr. Suresh Kumar sir and Dr. Subhashri ma'am. They are not new to most of us, but still to let you know, our Subhashri ma'am is currently working as an assistant professor at the Madras School of Social Work, Chennai. She is also the founder of Vatsalaya Center for Wellness, Chennai, and she has got rich experience in teaching, research, training, and in conducting seminars and workshops. She has published many research articles. And our Dr. Suresh Kumar sir is currently the head of the department, Psychology, the American College, Madurai. He is also the director of Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, and Yellow Pond Counseling Center, Madurai. So together we have you here, ma'am. It's a great pleasure to hear you both on this special day, the last day of our year 2020. So the floor is yours, ma'am. We wish to hear more from you on dementia's intervention strategies. Thank you for being here.
Is that my screen is on?
It was, ma'am. Now, no.
Now?
Yeah, now it's okay, ma'am.
Fine. So dementia is there. Dr. Veena is with us. Thank you. So this is a beautiful topic which is required for all of us to know, because we know that as India is a youthful country. Right now we are bulging with the youth population. We call it as youth bulge, and our demographic dividend is very huge in the population of youth, and we are very happy because the working population and young and energetic active population is more in our hand. But the same thing may change after 2 or 3 decades, isn't it? The youth will also get into, and there is a lot of possibilities for all of us to like Japan and having a lot of elderly population. And while we are growing with this kind of an, population, we must be aware of as a mental health professionals. There will be a huge demand for all of us to serve the elderly at the outset. So we need to really understand what is our role to take care of these elderly people. And it is not that everybody will go through dementia, but you can see with the current lifestyle, sedentary kind of lifestyle, and the other problems we all face in, this may occur for majority of the people who has not taken care of their health as a priority. So it is a warning for all of you who are burning with a lot of energy and youthness, that you have to really take care of your health. And physical health is very important. Not only physical health, mental health, exercise for your brain, all these are essential. So I am going to straight away start talk about much on the symptoms and signs of dementia rather than an introduction and statistics all about, because it is something which you all can revive it whenever there is a need. We are going to focus, myself and Suresh is focus on the intervention alone. If you really take the dementia, the signs and symptoms, there are 3 stages are for this dementia to identify. It affects predominantly the memory of the person. People forget things. It is not just forgetting things, it is also added to so many other aspects to forgetting. So dementia affects the person in a different way depending upon the impact of that disease, as well as the area, which area is being been affected in the brain, and as well as the personality of the person also. So combination of all these put together, the person's the condition, the the condition of this patient becomes worse or better or trainable or could be managed kind of. So we must know the signs and symptoms. Like dementia can be understood in 3 different stages. One is the early stage, and the middle stage, and the late stage. The early stage you all can really be very well relate to your own elderly at home, that lot of people have complained over this. Like they all have this short-term memory kind of an issues. They all used to complain to you, and they some most of the time they overlook it. And because this onset is very gradual, but we may not know that because of the old age forgetting, everybody will get into dementia kind of. It is not so, but we must be aware of these symptoms so that we can actually create a kind of an education among them, and also monitor them very closely. So forgetfulness is one of the very important aspect to really consider while the person is growing old. And you can see that the lot of the brain degeneration takes place for all of us. The cells, neurons are not growing as you were young. And regeneration, we call it, no, regeneration is not in a the same pace of the kind of degeneration takes place. And also there is a lot of studies says that the memory, if it is not been retrieved for a quite long time from the long term to the short term or in the working memory, people may get an issues of losing, fading away that memory. So any skill can be faded. Anything which you have learned and which is not been used for a quite long time can be faded. This is part and parcel of your everyday living. You can see that if you have not been using certain things for a quite long time, you can see that it is fading away. So this is a very important aspect when the person is getting old. If they are not using any part of their part of their learning with anything related to their function and everyday function, or something which is there connected to, that will fade away. So this is something very common. But in spite of all this, you can notice that the forgetfulness is high among them, losing track of the time. They will lose the time. During this pandemic, I had this scenario of messing up with the dates and messing up with the the days, and as well as because we don't go to a regular work, we don't tend to use the calendar for that. Though I use a planner much productive during this pandemic year period rather than the other years, because I 2020 I was filled with so much of activity. I used to note for every day our hourly wise, kind of a calendar. But still, there is a lot of messing up with the dates and other things because you don't use the queue, right? Queue for encoding that. That is a very important aspect. So these patients who are stepping into the early stage of dementia will definitely have this kind of a losing track of the time and becoming lost of the familiar places. They will forget the places where they have been. One interesting case I have been, came to know that he has been, this person he is based on Velicheri, that is the place where I live in Chennai, and he has been to these supermarket, and he has been living in this area for more than 40 years, so people are aware of him. And he went to the marketplace and he forgot to come back to his home. And he has been in the marketplace wandering here and there for a quite long time. He also forgot why he has come over there, what is the need of it, and where he has to come back. So all these three things he has forgotten. And then luckily there was a person who used to supply milk for his house was there, and he knows this person, and he asked, what has happened to you? Why are you standing here, Sami? He asked. Then this person said that I have come here for something. I don't know where to go. I forgot. He was messing up with words. Then this person took him and dropped him at place. This is something I witnessed because the person who was being dropped home back was next to my house, so I know it very well. And then I referred him to the Star Fund, and then they have been tracking him for quite a long time, and now he's under the treatment for a quite long time. And moving on to the next stage, it is about the middle stage. You know that the dementia progress, and it is also gradually progress. So you will see that one layer after level wise, there is a lot of progressive, kind of symptoms in the disease. And the middle stage, the signs and symptoms become very clearer and more distinct. You can see this person has distinctly some problem in that, and becoming so forgetful, reason events and people names, they mess up with people names. They cannot actually, long term memory will be there, like people, long association names will come up in a recurrence rather than whoever has been and recently met people. So that's a great difficult for them to recognize them, and becoming an kind of a lost when they are home, or even at anywhere they feel that they are lost at home, and having increased difficulty in the communication because this memory problem occurs even to bring the note of their words and what has been stored in the long term memory. They will forget. They will be saying one which I used to know like this, they will show, but they will forget what is this. They don't know what is this, but they will be showing it. And some will say that the functions of all that, கையில வச்சு எழுதுவோமேமா, கையில வச்சு எழுதுவோமே. So they will know the functions of it, but they will forget the name of the pen. Got it? So these are the cognitive, deterioration takes place for them. It is a lot of things, aphasia, problems in the language takes place for them, or semantic wise, the meaning of what is that doing, functional aspects, somebody will miss it. Somebody will miss it only the names of it. I have one of the very interesting client who has been reported to me that he don't remember the numbers. The numbers alone he don't remember. So I have referred them to one of my known friend, clinical psychologist. She is working in railway hospital. She is elderly care specialist, so she was being referred to, and she has given him a clock drawing test. The clock drawing test, they have asked to draw 11:10. These person would have not drawn a part of the clock itself. They forget the other the closure of the clock itself. There are so many examples I can give you with respect to this. And having increasing difficulty with the communication, you can see that they will be repeating what they are saying. They may not be getting what you are saying. The comprehension ability, the reasoning ability, the problem solving ability will deteriorate for them, and they need help in even for the personal care. They require a lot of people assistance in personal care, and they require a kind of an kind of an it's really a difficult job for them to have a behavioral change, because they cannot understand the concept first case, and then know how it is could be because they will be asking repeated question, comprehension become an issue. So with the respect to the middle stage, you can distinctly say that this person is going through a severe problem. And the last stage, and the last stage is not, I mean to say, it is not last, it is a late stage. It is not that it is something which is you can say that it is also progressive. It may worsen, it may worsen than this. So this dementia, you can see that the person is becoming inactive for a quite, if they have, for example, the brain and the entire motor coordination, it's interconnected, you all know that. So you do some kind of an activity to activate your hemispheres also. So totally these people becoming a dependent for people at home, and then maybe a spouse or a caretaker or an, the primary caretaker need to be with these kind of people that who are really seriously showing physical signs, and the symptoms may be really worse, that becoming unaware of the time and place, they totally will be lost. Every half an hour they will forget where they are, what they are doing, all that. You would have seen the movie called Gajini. So that is scenario for so many elders at home. So just look at that. No, they require a constant support for them, even for everything. Now you have to eat. Now you have to go for bath. Now you have to brush. Now you have to. So everything in order. We have to remind them. Such kind of patients are also there. Having difficulty in recognizing relatives, friends, it is very difficult for them. And we may think that it may be a joke kind of, it is really a tough job for them to recognize the faces, recognize the relative, and what kind of a relationship they share and all. They have it really tough. Just imagine a person who's not aware of their own kith and kin and staying at home. They are a alien at their own house. They feel they are an alien at their own house. It is something a very miserable condition. Having difficulty in walking, because it's all the brain coordination, and they lose their, the balance also. All these put together, and their sensory, inputs are being not processed properly. Because of that, they have a perpetual, difficulty. They may not be able to see the depth clue. They fall, they are fall prone, and they're accident prone. So all these are happening because of that, which we have to really take care. I'm sorry. So which we need to really take care while we're in the process, while we are managing, or we taking care of a patient at home with dementia. And also very difficult in, the behavioral changes, and they may be, showing a lot of temper tantrums. They may not be very, having a kind of a mood which can, and they, most of them get into depression and also aggression also, including because of their helplessness. They tend to behave like that also, because it is very difficult for them to experience such a kind of an alienation within their home, and they don't feel they are at home, and they also don't know. So it is a kind of a tremendous pain for them to lose their identity itself, isn't it? You don't know who we are. That's a greatest shock, so that can actually make the person know that the cognitive changes what they are going through. It is really, we have to really understand that it is not that the old people are some, it's acting, and people are doing like that. They may definitely have a difficulty in all this, and you may see that they may be very good in some aspect, and some other aspect they may not be good. You may be thinking that they were able to remember that, not this. You see that this person is acting. You would have seen your own grandma or someone, you would have commented, or your own people would have commented. But this may happen for them also. You have to really remember all this. The memory loss, which is usually noticed by the spouse or someone who is very close to them. Difficulty in communicating, or finding, difficulty in finding the right apt words. Difficulty with visual and spatial abilities, such as, getting lost while driving, and difficulty in reasoning, reasoning, problem solving. So their day-to-day affair itself is a difficult job for them. Handling complex tasks is a greatest challenge for them. They mess up, and they even do, smallest thing which they have been used to do for a quite long, in their life, they will mess up. They will mess up. They slip the procedure. They slip the things. They will pour things without, the bottle would have not been opened, and they will pour. simple things they will slip up. You can see these mistakes they are doing, and difficulty with coordination of motor function, and also confusion and disorientation. This is huge among them. You have to really understand, and the psychological changes are, I need not tell you this. With this all, you can imagine a person who's sitting at the home with an age of 45 or 55 is going to be their caretaker, and this person is 80 plus and sitting as an alien at their own home. They don't know who they are interacting with. So that is something very great challenge for them. Psychologically they are drained because of the personality changes and depression, anxiety. Probably they would have stuck, the memory would have stuck that when they were 40s, and after that they would have not had a kind of a memory association. Then imagine their state. If they look at the mirror, they may not even connect with themselves. So such a kind of a problem can arise for them. And depression, anxiety, I'm not exaggerating, there are cases to refer to all of you. And then inappropriate behavior, paranoia. Since they don't understand things, they cannot comprehend everything. Is suspect. People, whatever they talk, they think that they are talking about themselves. So these are the simple things we can actually notice even with your own elderly at home. Agitation, getting hallucinations are something just is a comorbid conditions. If they get into the illness is progressing, you can see all these changes. So with this note, I'm handing over the intervention aspect to the these are the aspects I'm not going to deal because this is inbuilt in these stages. We are not going in detail. We are going with the intervention. Can Suresh take up the intervention initial stage?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, and I hope you all had clear inputs regarding the dementia. And we had on the same kind of presentation in the beginning. I given inputs, and today we are going to just make an inputs. Many ways we can deal with the dementia. Okay, and we are going to discuss about some of the presentation by some of the strategy I'm going to present, and another remaining will be done by my co-presenter Dr. Subhasri ma'am. Who is handling that presentation, ma'am?
I'm handling it. I will scroll for you.
Okay, and if you wish, I can go for yes. Do not to answer.
2 minutes. Yeah, till then you can talk.
There are many components are there. Even dementia, when we think about it as a single word and it has an only limited component, but when you look at that, identification and understanding and root causes, amazing. There are many components are there. I can say it is a 2 years program. We can offer a program on dementia treatment alone, and as I said, there are many strategies are there. One is on medical treatment, the therapies, lifestyle changes. Also, we can use as one of the intervention strategy for taking care of the dementia patients. Home remedies. Then granny therapy, you all very well aware about it. Home remedy also can be utilized, and alternative medicine. Alternative medicine, we are thinking only allopathy, and there are many other fields, other Siddha, Ayurveda, homeopathy. There are many alternative medicines also we can use it, and other therapies. Now, in the contemporary, we can see there are n number of therapies are emerging in day by day, and we can use those therapies for treatment of dementia patients. And finally, hoping and support. The medical treatment, I can say that we are not authority to say that medical treatment, but I can say that is a standard reference we found out, and these are the widely used drugs which were used for medical treatment. And what they found that these medical composition help us to improve that functioning of the person who were affected with dementia. Okay. And you can see that these are the 3 medicines. As I said, we are not authority to say that, but I can say these are the reference material we found. These 3 medications are very suitable for treating the people with dementia. So what it will make, as you all aware about it, these 3 medications will make impact and stimulate that neurotransmitter, which will increase the functioning of brain cells. Okay. And we'll move on. There are many medicines also there. We have to understand that dementia, a person who is having that, not only they will give the treatment to the dementia alone. There are many other factors also responsible for the people who are affected with dementia. They will be depressed. They may have the sleeping disturbances, hallucination, Parkinson and agitation and irritation. These are the behavior we can see in a person. And here, in this treatment, what they will given, they will not directly giving treatment to the dementia. Like as I said, there are 3 medications here. We all know that depression, there are many medications to be given. That treatment also given to the person who are affected with dementia. And for sleeping disturbances, hallucination and Parkinson, they given that separate medication for these things, which also included in that medical treatment. Yeah, and I request Subha ma'am to go to the therapies.
Thank you, Suresh, for shifting the role here, co-presenter. So the therapies, which you all know, that is very important for any along with the medicines, the supportive therapies are very important, especially with the dementia patients, because they require a lot of support and a lot of physical movements are required. You all know that the Japanese use a lot of movements as one of the therapy method. They use wheelchair dance and all. So it is a very important therapy, and occupational therapy is being used like children who are having difficulty in perpetual cues, difficulty in dysgraphia, and people who have difficulty in language. All of them are given occupational therapy. You can relate this to them. So they are like children now. Their brain area is not developed for children, whereas the elders, the brain area which has been used for these purposes have been damaged. So they require a lot of occupational therapy to regenerate the cells. It is very important for them to be in mobile and move, and also they require lot of support at the entire house atmosphere. There should not be staircases. There should be you have to really take care of how the aids for taking care of their the environment. It is an kind of an if we have a disabled person, disabled friendly environment we create, like that you require an geriatric friendly environment at home, having an grip bar everywhere to move on. All this is very important for people who are having an alignment, especially with dementia. And people require a lot of memory cards plugged into every places to say this is what this, because they forget these places very often, so they need to understand what is it. Some may have an verbal or some may have a non-verbal cues in their mind, so you have to give them such a kind of a cues in the memory card to plug into places and simplify the task. If the task has been so big, it is very difficult for them to comprehend, reason out and do that. Simplify. Now it is time for you to take medicine. Take a water, drink this medicine. Yeah, no, simplify small steps, break into small steps, like how you do it for your children. So they are also like that. Then if you see this tremendously helps their mobility. Occupational therapy especially, they are accident prone because they don't have an kind of an orientation with depth cues, perpetual cues. So you have to really give them a kind of an orientation for that. And as well as the motor coordination, the reflex actions, they may be very fast, but the brain is very slow. So you have to really understand all these combinations. Then this really help them to progressing dementia patients required a constant therapy from occupational therapies, and as well as with the kind of an the person who exercise physiologist or somebody has to be really give them an physiotherapy to help them to regenerate their motor function. It is very important. And modify environment, that reducing all the accident prone things and making them and kind of and constantly somebody has to monitor them, because people with dementia, if they go out, that's all, you may not know where you have to really pick them up, and it is very difficult because they don't know where they are going. So our own family member who has been affected, because of dementia, and then he used to be a very great supporter in this entire community, but because everybody knows that he is going through such a kind of a memory loss and dementia, people bring him back to the home. otherwise it is a difficult job for all of us to make locate them also. And then you have to really simplify tasks, like don't it's okay that you are very good and you are fantastic, you have so much of money to spend on the furnitures, and make sure that you keep it very safe for them. It is very necessary for keeping things at the same place for them. There should not be ordered missing, and you like arranging things now and then. As a new, you really want a change in your atmosphere, but people with dementia, they don't actually remember things. They will be searching for the old setup only. So make sure that you don't arrange or rotate furnitures like I used to do, like simple things which you can actually consider while you are doing it. So the lifestyle and home remedies are, which is a very really, and I really thank Suresh for making this entire dementia presentation with a nutshell, and he has given everything in an combo pack. And enhance communication, you have to really constantly talk with them, because they have an aphasia or language difficulty. They may not miss out, they don't know what to say, when to say, how to say. Sometimes you need to teach them like a children. Sometimes you really get irritated because repeated kind of things, you have to remind them so many times to do certain things. So these are simple tasks only, but you may think that at your age, can't you understand? But they are emotionally, they get shrunk, because somebody is kind of judging me based on my age. Somebody is not supportive because I am like this, and they will start thinking of, they will be paranoid, thinking that, oh, they are thinking bad about me, they are they are talking ill about me, all this. So you have to really communicate very openly to them, encourage them to do exercise. If the spouse is a little younger and also the youngster at home, jointly take them to walk and combinedly be with them and do small exercises, stretches, and make themselves to move. It's very important. Engaging in activity also, smallest task, like grains, you can give them, like you can give them a spinach to peel off, and you can give them a peas to peel off. All these you can try with them. Small activities are required for them, because this really activates their brain cells also. And establish a very nighttime ritual, because you require a kind of an practice with them, because their sleep disturbances will definitely be there. And you need to really understand that it is not that they don't get sleep because it is so insecure for them. And this you really need to understand what kind of an no sleep patterns they have, and then they may have short sleep pattern, or they may miss out if they get up. It is very difficult, most of them in pills with for the sleep support. And you have to really give them a kind of an food early in advance, like at least 7 o'clock, finish their dinner, no caffeine after that. Discourage if they are having smoking or alcohol. Never give them all this, and make sure that you are actually taking care of them even till they go to bed and settle down and calm. So this is a very important aspect to monitor for them. And I could see that lot of I mean elders, their children are at US or UK. Their timing and these elders timing is actually clashing when it comes to sleep time. So they all wake up and talk to their children and grandchildren. It's very difficult for them to cope up with the next day. So you can see that the sleeping out, and they also have small naps in the afternoon. So you have to really monitor if the small naps are missing out. They can, whether they can proceed over the next day. You can see whether they can actually do with that. And calendar, keep a calendar everywhere. Refer them the dates, and talk to them dates and date, and also associate. No, we do an association kind of a technique for memory. Like that, do such a kind of things for, today is that person birthday, this person birthday, this is October, this is November, this is and also celebrations. They will never forget the celebration. So you can think of the celebrations also and keep reminding them. It is a very important aspect. In Tamil Nadu, we have an, especially with our culture, we have that every day we need to do the entire reading of the Panchangam. That is today, what is the date, what is a star, and what is the kind of an yogam, all that. This keeps the elderly people to be tuned with the entire calendar year. So I know that my father-in-law is in fact with when is Ekadasi, when it the other day comes, that he gives a reminder for all of us. That is something very good in our culture, which we need to really cherish and use it as a tool. So plan for future. It is something which preparing for your future, the goals or something which you need to really look upon. And as if you have an long-term care options because you don't have a person caretaker at home and you need to really dedicate some person for that full time who is trustworthy, who can understand if somebody, the family members are not there, then you have to really think of it. And one more important aspect is the planning of financial commitments. How much plan you need to really take care for your finance, and if you have any amount to share among your kith and kin, or will has to be returned, all that has to be taken care, because the dementia will worsen after some time. When it worsen, probably you may even forget what is actually there in your bank account, what is there, you don't know how to sign also sometimes. So I'm not perceiving that goes worse, but there are cases we have seen that people get worsen when the dementia worse. So these things we need to really plan. This looks like an no story for you. It is appearing as in cases for all of us who are in mental health professions. It is very difficult unless the caretakers are very careful about all these things. So we have to really take care of these aspects. Over to you, Suresh.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Actually, we made to plan in that way only, instead of listening from one person. When you get it from that, when you get it from the different person and different presentation, the way you will get an more insight and then more attention will be taken from the participant and get more inputs. And alternative medicine, yes. And I can say that many of us, we are not given importance to that alternative medicine, and it has a huge impact on treatment of many kind of health and mental related component. And dementia is one of the things we can treat or giving that appropriate intervention strategy for dealing with dementia patients. I can say dietary, nutrition and dietary, they will give on lovely inputs, and then there are other members, exercise. Other people also given involved in that alternative medicine. And when we have to take on precautions also, and when we take herbals, and it may be the quality and quantity, and we have to use that appropriate quantity. I can remember once when I was taking that alternative medicine from that granny in my village, Kuppenmeni. It is a name, I can say. You can find out wherever you can see that roadside, you can find more herbs will be there, which will be given for that cleansing your stomach and inner components. It's a detoxification. This is a treatment we can get it when you are using that particular herb. But the person who prescribed, he given that particular dose, and they found that more herbs were there in that place. They used everything and they put it. And I can see all the family members, they were in the bathroom only. You can see that what was happened. So when goes beyond the limit, so we have to understand, and these inputs we have to be very cautious, and these inputs must be get it from the trained professionals. I can say that in even Ayurveda and Siddha also, they are having that. They know that cure from, they know how many doses should be given. And you can see nutrition and dietitians. We have to understand that unave marundu, food is medicine. Food is medicine. When you know that the nutrition and dietitian, the importance of these two people were very predominant. You can see most of the hospital. And I remember, I know that I'm having more connection with the hospital, especially Meenakshi Mission and Madurai for 10 years. So I can see the changes. Earlier when I was visited, when we were staying there is no such a person. But now in the last 2 years, I can find out a nutritionist and dietitian, they will come and they will check and weight and everything. They will say that this food item is good for you. You can easily recover from that. Even for COVID-19 also, these dietitians' role were played much in that, providing healthy food item for improving that immunity of the patients. And there are medicines which will help us to deal with Alzheimer, which will be very helpful to come out from that problem. There are many evidences also there in research findings. They're proven. Vitamin E supplements, which were highly recommended for the dementia patients, which has a huge impact on brain health. And you can see in WhatsApp doctors are there. WhatsApp doctors, that immediate mushrooming doctors will be there. What they will say that when you see that, when you cut that tomato, you can see like a branch, like lungs. When you take almond, and you can see that like a heart and brain, they will say that particular food item is meant for. So it's look like that. When you eyes, it isn't carrot, they will say. More or less, we can connect with that. But these are the food item we can take for improving the brain health. There are many food items are very good. When you take more nuts, and you can take care of your brain health. Yes, which is mandatory for that people. And over to you for other therapies.
Okay, thanks, Suresh. The other therapies are a tremendous, role to play here. And I really enjoy the therapies, these therapies, because this is not just in therapy; it is more than that. You connect to the nature, you connect to the music, you connect to the kind of the entire natural world, and also with the universe, and also with the human being with a lot of touch, and your own existence makes more meaningful and sensible when you connect with this kind of a therapy. So music therapy, actually, there have been a lot of proven researchers states that if you have been involved in playing any kind of an instrument for more than 3 years, you have lot of neural connections laid in your brain, it seems. So there are a lot of neural pathways have been laid, and it is like if you see an beautiful crackers on the which has been blown with a colorful way in the sky, you can see in the late night, that kind of an connections has been made. It is not like it is not like it is lateral and it is spiral, and it has been beautifully connected. There is a lot of evidence for that. So in that case, listening to music and soothing music is really helpful for them, because to settle down their mood, because they get a lot of mood swings because of their depression. And they are also in a lot of medicine. Okay, we have to really agree the kind of a side effects for these kind of a medicine also. So when they have been in a meditation for a quite long time, these effects are really been there with them for a quite long time. So this kind of a relaxation is required. They may like Carnatic music, or they may like light music, they may like anything or instrumental. We need to really give them a kind of a soothing effect at their home, especially before they go to sleep. If you play their favorite music for some time and relax them and settle them as a ritual, then it becomes a beautiful memory for them while they're going to sleep. And light exercise are very important. And we have studied in Papali also, you all know that for the dementia and even for Alzheimer disease, even there is a chunk formed in your memory. I mean to say in the brain, there is a lot of people have seen regeneration of cells when they have been using the kind of an exercise is called Tai Chi. How many of you are aware of this Tai Chi? It is one of the Japanese method of doing, and it's an energy art. Tai Chi is one method, and in Eastern Asia, we use that Kalari. Kalari is one of the art as is martial arts which is being used, and you can see that the other art is you can any kind of, even arabics also gives a lot of oxygen supply to the brain. Even arabics and also psychobics, we call it psychobics, is something psychological inputs and brain gym activity combined together. So these are the very important aspects you can really combine with the light exercises. They improve their brain coordination, hemisphere coordination, and also a lot of regeneration takes place. Let's not think of the degenerated cells, because it is already decayed, which cannot be repaired. It is progressive in nature, whereas there are possibility for us to regenerate by doing such a kind of an exercises. Watching videos with family, you can see, because most of them will lose their track with their family members and relationship and other aspects. So show them old photographs and show them a lot of old movies which they have been watching, the old memories of their family members, and your own marriage, your son's marriage, their marriage album. If you really look in and ask them, and again and again, the retrieval has to take place for the working memory. So the retrieval to working memory, if it comes, they at least sustain for some part of their memory for quite some time. And also the pet therapy, which has been very famous nowadays. My brother used to say, "Porandalo Naya America la porakono." So the dogs are very well trained in Western countries for taking care as a caretakers. They are actually unconditional lovers. They take care with a lot of emotional bonding with the people elderly around. They even serve them. They do small assistive jobs also for them. So these kind of they go for walking along with them. They know the route. If you, even you forget, the pets know the route to come back to the home, isn't it? So that is a very important aspect, that you can train the pet and you can also involve with them. They say that the oxytocin is being secreted even if you really cuddle your pet. So there is a lot of researches have been shown that this promotes for even for the elderly, isn't it? They require a lot of touch, care, and affectionate, warmth is very important. Aromatherapy, which is, they say that some of the fragrance, if you have been around, it kindles your the memory, stimulate your memory, like caffeine, how it improves your energy level, and how certain aspects of aromas really help you, soothe you, and also make you feel regenerated. Such a kind of an aspect could be possible using aromatherapy. Or like lavender is more for love and affection and care and kind of thing. So these kind of an aroma could be used as one of the very important aspect. Massage is one very important, because this massage helps an external stimulation for blood circulation. The person may not be moving the hands and legs, and because they have a fixed idea that I cannot move around, and all that will be there. So if you do externally massaging and do exercise for that movements for that, the body parts, they feel rejuvenated and they also feel relaxed. So this is very important for them. Steam bath and also massage therapy could be recommended for elderly. They feel really happy after a bath, refreshing bath, and their appetite improvises when they have been done massages, because they are very sedentary kind of a lifestyle they have. They may not have much of movements. So when they do massages and do stream bath and other exercises along with that, they feel the appetite improvises. They feel really, feel like eating. That is very important. And art therapy, any form of art, if they dance, if make them dance, it's very important. Some kind of a move. It need not be a graceful dance. Let it be a dance the moment what they really want. In Japan, I have seen one of the old age, kind of an a setting. They have an wheelchair dance, especially for old age people, and I was really amazed the kind of an enthusiasm they all have while dancing. And at the age of 80 plus, also they take care of their own, belongings. They carry their belongings. They do all the things. They don't depend, and they make it as a policy that they dispose their waste and all this there in our brain as a condition. They all do it, so it is very easy for them to practice that order. And also focusing more on these kind of an emotional care, and nature heals a lot. So take them outing with Suresh has covered an entire session on environment and how nature has really been helpful in this kind of therapy. Really, there is something called forest walk and forest therapy and wood therapy. And if you hug a tree, it gives you light of kind of an the same kind of an oxytocin really secretes for the people. They have found that. So you can do such a kind of a therapeutic attempt. Also take them outing once in a while, be with them, spend some time. Their old memories, like go back to their natives and live 2 days or 3 days along with them, and remind them that places and other things and what they have done, all the mischievous childhood days. Relate with them. That gives them kind of an immense pleasure in their life. We don't know how many days they are going to live, but we can create a real beautiful world around till they live with us. They have done so much in our childhood along with us, like in education, as well as serving us and feeding us, bathing us, doing everything for us. And we are going to just reciprocate a little bit of their what they have done for us. And this is going to be something which is something you are doing to a divine. Whatever you are doing to your elderly at home, you are doing an kind of an reciprocal kind of an prayer with your divine. So this is a very important aspect I would like to share with you. We all are going to take the same role as elders when we are our age is also progressing. Over to you, Suresh.
Yeah, Thank you, ma'am. And I hope these inputs are really worthwhile. I can say that we can do an important. And another one is developing or nurturing or boosting resilience, coping and support system. It is very mandatory, and we have to understand that for identifying dementia and then the ones they come to know that not only affect that particular individual, it affects the members who were surrounding the family members and the community also which were affected. Next one. And we cannot say that these are changes we can find. There are a lot of changes we can see. See, when we found that person who were identified as a dementia, and we have to understand that what are the primary symptoms we can see in a person who are affected dementia, the memory loss. Okay, Alzheimer's disease. We must create and we have to educate that what is that, what kind of problem they will face. So this is the first thing we have to understand that, and we have to ask them to write a journal, how they are feeling about it and what kind of feeling they are undergoing. These information like journal writing, like gratitude journal, likewise they have to write out what kind of feeling they are encountering. And you can know that there are many members, I can say, for Algawal Anonymous, there is one group. Likewise here, the children with the special children and the parents of special children and dementia, the family supporter, they will join in a group and there they will deal that, they will share about what kind of problem they encountered. They faced when they were dealing with the dementia patients and they how I handled effectively. That information when you receive from the group member, that will be very useful for dealing with dementia patients. And not only that particular person, we have to give counseling to the
Suresh, it's disconnected, is it, Veena?
Yes, ma'am. There is a network disturbance at SAS side. I think it's at
Okay.
joints.
Okay, so in continuation with Suresh, let me talk about that. So, getting involved the family members, educating the family members, and having a family counselor, and it is very important for all of us. It's a very important aspect to the spiritual community they are connected to, or some working committee they are in. For example, I would say that they may be in a local association member, so let them be connected to that and let them be very actively involved in it. Let them be in a volunteer service and do exercises. Like there is a lot of yoga centers are for there, and there is a lot of centers.
yeah, we can meet. Yes. Yeah. And we have to understand that when we found that they are not having that, they are having the difficulty in making the decision. As a family member, as a support group, what we have to do that we have to support them to making the decisions, and we have to inform them why we are helping them. So these are the coping strategies we can give to that person with that Alzheimer and dementia and 40.
Yeah, this I was talking about the yoga centers and community spiritual group and all that. Let them be volunteers and help and do involved in that. They may be doing, even a simplest job. They will be writing your name and recording everything, and they will keep. Maybe their experiences in so many other aspects they would have done in their life will definitely help us in doing such a kind of an activity. Involve them as a volunteers and they will do a better job, they will help us. And speed, of course, the time they spend with family and also other members, that is a very important aspect which you will miss out, because most of the time we will be away from our home because of our career and professional pressure. But make sure that your time, well, for elderly, for every day has been allotted some time for being allotted and spoken to them, and also record what are the records, and have you taken your pills, have you taken meditation, did you exercise, did you do this, all that is very important routine checkup you have to do. As you check up with your children when they come back from school, what did you do, what was the lesson taught, what was that, you like to ask, like that they would have asked you when you were a small kid. The same thing you are reciprocating with them when you come back from your work. Just give them some time and work with them, and at least be with them and let them talk. You just listen. That's a very important aspect. And this is something, and you can see that their speed and accuracy would have gone down very, very low because of the dementia, and as well as for age and their physical alignment. It is fine, it is okay. You may be very fast, you may be very speed. Don't expect the same speed and kind of an accuracy from them also. You have to be very understanding in that. And you can see that a lot of people are now with using online, and my mother-in-law is using YouTube and seeing all the Carnatic music things, and she is enjoying. So they are also learning. There is one thing is about brain is, anytime you can unlearn and relearn anything in your life, that has been proven very well. So this is something which you can actually help them, if they can be engaged with old memories or something that they can cherish with. Make sure that they are also connected in online, and they are also connected to their old friends through WhatsApp and others. My mother-in-law sends, now she has learned how to send a photograph through WhatsApp. So it is something possible for everyone to learn. Let's enjoy sharing such a kind of an beautiful memories for them, by teaching them, by enabling them to connect with the other person. So this is one important thing. And also very important note I would like to say, that express yourself, such as the painting, singing, writing, all that, if they find it, even though they have a shivering voice, it is fine. At the age of very very youthful also, we don't try to sing nowadays, but they have guts to sing, let them sing. Encourage that also. Make sure. I have one of the granny who has written lyrics for her grandchild, entire Unjal, the song, entire song. She sung in front of all. She feels so proud about that. So that's fine to encourage them. This is very important. Some delicate aspects, help them to make decisions, and simple aspects of trusting them, they will do it rightly. Give them responsibilities, which they can handle at this age. All that is very important. Make sure your son or a daughter has grown up, that is their grandchild and grandchildren are grown up, to accompany them wherever they are going. The way they will also actually share their experience, and also groom them along with them, groom them with a lot of values, and as well as tell them stories of our mythology, and as well as they have been taken care to safely return back home, because the youngster is with them. So with this note, over to you, Suresh.
I think you got an input regarding that. What are the different strategies we can use for dealing with dementia patients? And finally, I can conclude with that one of the important things: brain training. Now there is a brain rehabilitation which is widely used for dealing with the neurological problem and dementia and Alzheimer's patients, and we can use such a things for dealing with the dementia patients. Brain training, and that will improve the cognitive function of the people who were affected with dementia. As we are aware about it, that forgetting is an important problem we can find in a person who were affected by dementia. When we provide training, when brain training, that will improve the cognitive functioning. And it may be a mnemonics, we can use the shortcut keys. Okay, so these are the strategies we can adapt. With that, we can stop here. I hope our inputs are useful for you. Thank you so much for listening to us. And at the year end, we are here successfully completed 350 webinar sessions. I think we are blessed with blessings of God, and that's why we are again and again we are here to share the input. Thank you all. And I take this opportunity to record my core team members. I'd like to mention here. And when we were discussing about last time, I missed some of the members. Mr. Veera, I forgot the last time, and received personal call from his wife also. And you are not mentioned in code, but he is the one. Most of the time he was there, initiated the webinar session. I'd like to thank and record my sincere thanks to Mr. Veera. He is the founder of Eyewear at Madurai. And second, and the year end, the first session and the last session, we are here in the year 2020, Dr. Subhasri. And unconditional support and love and care, you can name it, and she's the one. And we reached in here because of her active involvement. And I can see whenever we need okay, I will make a call. See, sometime we will think about it. For example, someone saying to me, I will have a second thought. But when I say, we never have a second thought. Okay, Suresh, okay, what I have to do? Oh, I'll do that. See, and youngest person, I'm junior to her, and see that understanding between us. So thank you so much, ma'am, and love you. And record, on the record. And Dr. Veena, yes, and she's the one encouraging and motivation you can find her in her, all the initiatives. And 24/7, I can say, as a family member, and she's the one to support and initiate. And when we were beginning, and I had an hesitation in the beginning, and she is the one who supported me. And now you can see there are improvement, and she is the one I can say behind it. And thank you, Dr. Veena. Thank you so much. And Mr. Krishnan. And we had an every family will have a teachers, and he is the one more systematic. More systematic. I love him, and the way in which he is handling the session and proceeding, and really I amazed. I learned a lot from him. And when you see the technical and more systematic, that is the one thing I found him, and he made the program more successful. And when you look at that, most of the members who were from the different parts of India and different countries, he is the one who is instrumental for bringing up those expertise here in our webinar series. Thank you so much, sir. And I thank Ekta Jain. She's a volunteer and active, but now after when she come back to that mother-in-law house, she's not able to actively participate. And and she's on 150 sessions she was continuously attended. And that I can say. After that, she's not able to make. But I record my success thanks to her. And Ananya and Akshaya, the twin sisters, they have done an amazing job. And whenever I sometimes I may thought of why don't we discontinue this webinar session? Because sometimes when we feel that we made an initiative to bring it to the public, and these information will be useful to them. And when I see that less number of participants, I haven't thought. When I say them, sir, go for it, sir. Even if they are not supporting or not supporting you, go for it. And whoever come to us, they are like a gold. Okay, they are staying. Who is staying in when you are filtering everything? Gold will stay, and those are participating are gold. And with them we can proceed. So that is the word I hear them. And almost all the technical in the background work, I can say. In front line, you can see the background work they are doing, preparing, sending attendance, calling them, and I can see almost all the. Thank you, Ananya and Akshaya, and the Bharati certificate, the designing. From the day one to here, and the beginning days, I think we suffered a lot, and she's the one who's taking care of it. If I am stress-free, I'm looking some extent good, only because of her. Otherwise, I may be admitted in kill box. So such a stress I had an earlier, but she's the one who technically helped me save from my stress.
You have Kilpak in Madurai also.
Yeah, and Chandra, not Kilpak. I have to come there only. I have to come. And Dr. Chandra. And again, that unconditional love from her. And I can see that, sensitizing and understanding that what we are expecting from their eyes. We were in a different, more than 4,000, 5,000 kilometers far away. More than 10,000 kilometers. When the word itself, you will understand that what I'm expecting. Such a quality I have never seen earlier. And I'm blessed to have her as a core team member. And most of the time, she take it and moving forward. And thank you, Dr. Chandra. And even the family members, she must be there with the children. With that, all the difficulties, she spent quality time for here with us. Thank you, Dr. Chandra. And as I said, Veera. And the technical support is the one who given from the beginning itself, and almost all the day he will be there. And I try to log in, and before that he will be joined. So see that interesting, that curiosity he had to conduct his webinar session. And Salim sir, he is the latest add-on in our core team member. A technically sound person, subject-wise he's a strong person in industrial psychology, and he had a lot of experience in Gulf countries. Now here, and thank you so much, sir. And see the quality what I found here now. Some people, they have the ego. I never found any ego in him, and such a quality, nice quality I can see from Salim. So thank you so much. And today there are many of my friends are joined here, and with you all your support, we are here in 350 webinar session. And I thought of it wind up today. I would like to record here. I thought of to wind up, but when I say to my team members, Dr. Sudarshan and all the members, they said that we'll go to 1 year mark. 1 year mark. And I send a mail to that. Today I send a mail to 50 members. I received 28 members. They agreed to take a session. 28 members. See, That is a blessing. They thinking that wavelength which make us to for another 1 month we are having the research program. Another 3 months only we need 90 members. Definitely we'll come up with that. And backup we are having the 12 members. 12 into 3, it will go to that 36%. We can expect it from the core team member. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your support. Now, I think I'll give thanks for here, and then we can go to the team members for the few words from you all.
Over to Veena for question answer session or any reflections also.
Time is up, ma'am. I think they are very clear. We'll give the presentations.
I think they'll not have any questions right now.
Okay.
So everyone is gearing up for 2021, and hopefully we all move with a lot of. We had a lot of reflections and self-evaluations in 2020, and nature has taught us a lot. Like it's okay to sit back and just take that pause. You can move ahead with a lot of aspirations, and definitely 2020 has been an amazing year because of you, Suresh Kumar sir. Lot of learning, lot of network, and lot of bonding as well. So hopefully 2021 is also going to be as successful and as what to say, positive and as vibrant as it everyone is wishing for. Without much ado, the floor is open for the participants to say a few words about this webinar series.
Right here,
No, sir.
sorry, forward. I can't stop thanking Suresh sir for his nice words about all of us. There is a saying in Tamil that says, "Suvar irundaldan chittiram varaya mudiyum." So he has always been the wall for us to scribble, to write, to paint, extreme freedom for all of us to do whatever we want in the way we like. So Suresh sir, you have been so great in supporting us, in guiding us, and in every ways you can. Thank you for being there always for us. Be the same, stay blessed. My best wishes and a happy new year to you, sir.
Thank
And
you.
all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Jain is with us, and Reyas Mohideen also switched on his video and being with us. And I'm really thankful to all the participants who have been traveling. Are you able to listen my voice?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much for being with us and traveling with us right from the April 14th. And we are so grateful to all of you. Without you, it is not a kind of a great achievement for all of us. You all of us keep us as a motivating factor to give more. And it is nothing in our hand. It is all you all are keeping us moving. Nothing else I can say. And you are pillar of support for all of us, all the resource persons and as well as the participants. You really made a mark that something is meaningful, aspects or learning could be possible even amidst of all this calamity like pandemic. It is possible. It is only because of you all we are able to rock like this, and we hope that we do a better job in 2021 and with all your supports, and we will definitely be present even in 2021. I think 375 we made an earmark that we would like to do it, and the youngsters, other youngsters in the team members are insisting us to go on with the 500 sessions. And we don't want it to be greedy. We just wanted to take it in his own pace, and whenever there is a possibility for all of us to wind up also with a lot of happiness, with a lot of humility, we say that we have done the best what we could do it. So thank you so much for the beautiful support you all have rendered. And 2020 is nothing a big shock for us, nothing a big deal for us, nothing a great disaster for all of us, because this mental health webinar made a lot of meaningful activity for all the core team member and as well as the participants who are traveling with us. Thank you so much for the beautiful meaningful connection.
Can I
Thank you.
Can I talk
Yes,
to you
yes,
for
Reyas.
a
Yes, Reyas, please.
Good evening, all of you. Really, I'm very happy to see you all, and I'm seeing you all doing a wonderful job. And I came to see, after sending the invitation, I come to know these many sessions have got over. Really, I'm surprised, and I would like to be the part of your initiative. And Suresh said, "Don't forget me," and he never do it. Thank you, sir. You added me to be the part of your team, and as a resource person going to be. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on time.
Welcome, sir. We'll have your
Thank
session
you,
in
all of
the
you.
first week.
Thank you. Take care, sir. All of you. Very wonderful, informative session, ma'am. That dementia and prevention strategies and all. Really nice. I was watching that. Really, it was helpful. Thank you once again to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Shall we wind up the session now?
So, a very happy new year to all the participants and yes, so kindly send your queries and feedback to my webinar feedback@gmail.com. We will meet tomorrow with a new beginning and a new session, wonderful session. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Well, and happy new year. Stay blessed, and then 2021 will be a very big year, very good year for each one of you. So, thank you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
To everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
That's
ma'am. Go near also, ma'am. Thank you. It's been an enriching journey. Thank you.
Thank
Wish
you.
you a
Thank
lot
you.
of love and a lot of happy time, safe time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening.